Let's watch this really fast.
We are officially over 1 week into the Demonic Pax League, with
Good morning,
Whistling
Funky.
still nowhere to be found. Thanks to eager players like you, the first week has been a great start. 4.5 million Echo Bosses laid to rest, almost 3.5 million Pact points claimed, 6 million Clue Scrolls completed, and over 17,000 Rocky Pets already obtained. Welcome on in, everybody.
Damn.
My name is Coxie, and I'm back again this year to deep dive into some League 6 stats. New to this league, the Demonic Pax system featuring a massive, and ever so slightly intimidating, combat tree. With 130 nodes that boost your combat in various ways, players have been getting very creative with their builds. Whether you want to go for a try-hard sweaty DPS, turbo AFK, or something in between, there is a route waiting that's specialized just for you. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll come back to these stats in just a minute. First off, leagues are so special because you get to pick which areas of the game you want to interact with, and which you want to completely ignore. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at where the player base stands and what content ranks above the rest. Coming in for
number one is gonna be the number one picked is gonna be not Varlamore. We're not talking about Varlamore and Karamja. Guys, what's the number one pick continent in leagues? I'm gonna say, oh, that's actually a hard question. There's a lot of continents. I know which ones it's not, but it's gonna be between Taranwin, Kandarin. Those would be my first two picks. And then after that, it would be either Wildy, Asgarnia, or Karend. Let's see. Mortania is also way up there too.
first place, the top picked region so far is Kandarin.
Knew it! I knew it, guys.
Followed closely by Tiranwin.
Got it! I got it. I told you guys, Kandarin, Taranwin. Told you.
Kandarin really did just have the greatest comeback of all time after being the lowest picked region in the last season. In the middle of the pack lies Karend, Mortania, Wilderness, and Asgarnia. A nice balance for players choosing between the two of the raids, God Wars, and the Wildy bosses. The least chosen
Guys, I'm just good at this. I'm just too good at this. I just know.
areas are the desert at less than 4%.
Yeah, nobody picked desert, nobody picked Remnant.
At just 0.5%. Leagues isn't just about picking regions, relics, and
Leagues, what's going on? We might have to buff Remnant. Unbelievable.
packs, though. It's about making sure there's a harmonious synergy between them. Here's a look at our top 5 region combinations, with special focus on the detail that almost 1 out of 4 players that played leagues this year picked Kandarin, Mortania, and Tiranwin. Dang, I'm a Theater of Blood enthusiast myself, but I did not know it was that popular. Before we get too much further, we need to have a talk about Echo bosses. We have most of our favorites making a return, with the addition of Echo Moxie. Due to the fact that our spawn point this time around is in Varlamore, Echo Moxie is accessible for every single Leagues player to take on themselves. Thanks to that, it has claimed the second highest number of player kills, but not nearly as many as Echo Hunlif. Let's see where the players stand on relic distribution. As soon as you log in, you're presented with your first big choice, your very
Endless
first
Harvest.
relic. Well, it seemed most people were in agreement because
Everyone
for
chose
every
Endless
one
Harvest.
person that chose either Barbarian Gathering or Abundance, 3 people chose Endless Harvest. Yeah, we really do have a big work from home player base. Relic 2, a bit more balance in the selection here. 35% choosing Hotfoot, 15% Friendly Forager, and
Hotfoot
50%
gang.
Woodsman. Here's Relics 3, 4, and 5, with loads of
Larcenist,
new Relic
everybody.
options in this batch that haven't been featured yet in previous leagues. And it is nice to see people trying them all out. Relic 6, our biggest disparity in voting percentages, with over 8 of every
Grimoire's
10
trash.
players choosing Culling Spree. Relic 7 has a fan favorite returning, Reloaded, allowing you to reload into any relic from a previous tier. 95% of players chose to reload, while the other 5% chose Flow State to speed up those long skilling grinds. Let's take a look at what relics were popular with the reloaders. Leading the race, we have Soul Harvest at 32%. At this point, when you're choosing your 7th relic, there's 18 possible relics open. And having 1/3 of the player base just choose
Eternal
this one specific
Sustenance
relic,
gang,
that is
dude.
crazy. In last place, with only 2 people in the entire game choosing to reload into, Map of Alacrity. Second and third to last, Bank Heist and Evil Eye. All the 3 lowest pick reloads, they're all teleport relics. Relic 8, your final decision. Our lovely Thrall got
Flask
an
hype?
awesome upgrade and renamed to Minion. Not only did it get a cool attack animation, but it can now loot for you and automatically note items from creatures that you kill. It is no wonder that
Minion is like the point collector people. That's for Bodhi. Flask of Fervor is for the people that just want to have fun. Flask was awesome. It was the best choice.
one's seeing the highest pick percent of tier 8 with 76%. Now, for the brand new Demonic Pact combat tree. Definitely a lot to take in at first sight, but the different node options offer so much variability and variance to your playstyle.
Most popular would probably be the staff, these 2 points, and thorns.
Struggling with an Echo boss? Consider using one of your 5 respecs to counter that boss's weakness. We wanted to see what routes players were prioritizing, so we checked all accounts that have spent up to 20 pact points, and we noted down which capstones they've chosen. At the top of our tree, we got our trusty magic pick.
Water.
With over 50% of players having a maxed out capstone in one of these elemental areas. Water being the single highest choice. Let's move on over to melee. 33%
Thorns.
of account builds have maxed thorns, with 10% on blind bag and 8% on Hallie. I am a long-range Hallie enjoyer myself because there is just something magical about being able to noxious halberd Olm's hand from across the room. Finally, let's move down to the range side. If you didn't play Raging
Crossbows.
Echoes the previous league, let me fill you in on something. It was a Twisted Bow domination league. The range side of the skill tree this time around seems toned down, and for good reason. Despite ranged having the lowest capstone pick percent, still, 1 out of 5 players were choosing the crossbow max hit and the crossbow double accuracy. As someone who loves collecting pets, how could we not take a look at the pet statistics from this league so far? As it currently stands, there are 68 pets in the game. So let's just take a look at the top 5.
I didn't get a single pet in leagues.
17,000 Rocky pets have been obtained thus far, largely thanks to the popular Larcenist Relic. Next up, in second place, 28 times less common than Rocky Pet, the Rift Guardian, with 621 funny feelings. Coming in third
The
is
Rift
Youngla
Guardian?
from the Gauntlet, Heron from Fishing, and Pet Chaos Elemental from the Deep Wilderness. Out of curiosity, I asked the OSRS team about the least common pet so far as well. As of the 1 week mark, 18 of the 68 pets have not been obtained yet. And granted, some of these are locked away in Miscellin, but still, that's a lot. The least obtained pet so far is a 4-way tie, with only 1 pet obtained this league, with Dagonoth Supreme, Giant Mole, Korel Tsutsuroth, and the Bloodhound. In case you didn't know, the drop rate for a skilling pet is greatly enhanced after you hit 200 mil XP.
Tsutsuroth.
The player with the most obtained pets so far in this league is already at 37. And funny enough, 36 of them are Rocky pets. Their 37th was the Abyssal Orphan. Transitioning over to the most unique pets gained, there are 2 people that obtained 7 different pets so far. Good work, guys. There's a lot more out there though, and you gotta catch them all. Before we get wrapped up, I did a bit more digging on some fun and interesting topics. At the 1 week mark, only 1 person in the entire game has gotten 50 KC at the Nightmare. 2 people have completed the task of making 50 Forgotten Brews, 3 people have obtained the Elite Combat Achievement Diary, and 4 people already have 50 million Herblore XP. Jeez.
Damn.
Remember, balance is key, and sunlight is good for the brain. Making a return to this league, the Sage's Axe from the Executioner Relic. If anyone doesn't know what this bad
There's something ironic about a RuneScape video telling you to go outside. It's just kind of funny.
boy does, it'll one-hit targets with less than 20% health remaining. I really wanted to know what's been the largest single hit splat so far. 937 is the
Ooh.
biggest number we've seen. Moving on, Grimoire was one of the lowest tier 6 relic picks this league. It gives you the opportunity to unlock all prayers and spellbooks. I was curious if there exists a player who's chosen the 3 regions for spellbook unlocks, but still chose to pick Grimoire for tier 6. Well, so far, 28 people in total have chosen these 3
There's
regions.
no way.
And of those 28, 3 people did indeed pick Grimoire. Let's just chalk it up to these 3 people playing
Rip.
a randomizer build. Dry streaks are a part of everyone's league
28
experience.
morons.
We all get to suffer through them together, but I wanted to know who actually suffered the most. With Corrupted Gauntlet being the most killed boss this league, I asked Jagex to pull the data and figure out who in leagues has gone the driest on obtaining 6 crystal armor seeds and 1 enhanced weapon seed. The unluckiest person currently recorded took 555 corrupted gauntlet KC
There's no
before
way.
obtaining these items. Let's hop on into the math and let's work this one out.
Drop protection
Crystal armor seeds
immediately
drop
for
at a
that.
rate of 1 in 50, and
That's
enhanced
trash.
crystal weapon seeds drop at a rate of 1 in 400. Let's just go ahead and assume that this unlucky individual was ruling at the 5x drop rate threshold. That goes to 1 in 10 for armor seeds and 1 in 80 for the enhanced. We need to find the probability that both metrics are met, at least 6 armor seeds and at least 1 enhanced. Well, after some fun math, the chance of not having at least 6 armor seeds and 555 KC is roughly 1 in 3.1 quintillion. Chances of not having 1 or more enhanced crystal weapon seed is 1 in 1076, a much more digestible number. Combine the probabilities, this is going to put us at 1 in 1076 players. Whew, I am just grateful that I did not spend my leagues killing that much corrupted gauntlet. That is going to wrap it up from me today. Best of luck out there, and remember, if RNG isn't on your...
Guys, come on. Nobody wants to kill 500 corrupted gauntlets in League. Like, we got to speed that up somehow. There's got to be something they can do. That's crazy.
Your side right now, don't give up, and make sure to let us know about your worst dry streak so far in the comments section. Remember, the law of large numbers states that as your sample size increases, your averaged outcome converges to the mean. In other words, you're destined to go dry some places, and you're destined to go lucky in others. Take care, and have a great rest of your leagues.
It's not bad with 1 minute kills. Dude, you're not killing corrupted gauntlet in 1 minute, are you? At least I unlocked Tehran first, so my kills were still 4 minutes, even without the prep. It was nicer without the prep, but it's still even after 50 KC for me, I was like, I got to get out of here. Echo was doable in 1 minute, not at my point in the game. Maybe you guys were like max stats or something, but I had like 65 range when I was doing corrupted gauntlet. Oh, you guys did the prey pin build. Prey pin with 1 tick staff the entire time might have been better. 100% prayer pin could have went a little bit crazy, actually.